Okay, a few things you can do if you're having low back pain. First of all, generally a good thing to do is just to usually keep moving as much as you can. Walk around lots if you can, if it's feeling okay. But yeah, what you can do first is get a little bit of oil in for some self-massage, some minty oil. Even something like Vicks can be good, but just getting a little bit of that on there and into the glutes around the hip as well. It's good to get into. Once you've got some minty stuff on there, you can move on to getting something like a tennis ball or spiky ball into just all around the hip. You can get it on the floor or against the wall and just get a bit of pressure around the hip. A lot of times you'll find some tender points in there. And then the ropey muscle just next to the spine, you can get the ball in there. If you're sitting around, you can just have the ball pressing against the muscle just next to the spine. Not really right on the spine itself, but you can also get in with something like a foam roller. You can roll on the sides of the hip here. And then if it's feeling okay, a little bit higher up into the mid-back, a lot of times that can free things up, even if you're feeling it lower down. Okay, and then after some massaging, some gentle movements you can do, what they call hook lying, probably the easiest one. You're just lying on your back and you're just rocking your hips side to side. And if that's feeling okay, you can go into what they call open book stretch. So you're holding here and then your hand comes up and you're twisting away. You can hold that for a little bit. Same thing to the other side. Just open it up like a book is opening up. Okay, and then there's also what they call cat cow or cat camel. So you're like this, arch your back, and then arch the other way. And you can do it with your breath, breathing out, inhaling, breathing in, out, and in. And you can also go side to side. So your butt's going one way and your head's going the same way. And then do the opposite. Okay, and then the next one you can do is what they call a bird dog. So you go one leg and the opposite arm. So you touch them and then stretch away and hold for a little bit. Touch and stretch. You can do it real slow. And same thing on the other side. This is the bird dog. Okay, and then if all that's feeling okay, and you feel like you can stretch a little bit further, say like going like this is feeling fine. If that's sore, just go to to what you can tolerate. You don't have to really hurt your back, but if it's a little bit sore, it's okay. But just stop where it starts to kind of hurt. But if that's feeling fine, you can take the stretch further back into kind of like a child's pose, and then coming forward into the cobra. So this is good because a lot of times if we're sitting down a lot, the hip flexors get tight, these muscles here in the front that connect the leg to the spine. So just doing this is good to stretch those out, like especially if you're doing a lot of sitting down. So you can go back and forth, child's pose. You can inhale, cobra, exhale, child's pose, inhale, cobra. Okay, and then there's a little thing you can do if you're sitting in a chair. You can put two fists between your knees and squeeze as hard as you can. And then you can cross your feet and push apart. Cross the other way, push apart. and put one hand here and one hand. You push against your hands and do the opposite. So that's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And those movements are good just to balance out the sacroiliac joint in the pelvis. And if it's sore when you know, like especially if you're sitting down and it's sore, and when you get up, you can just push on the tender spot. And when you take a few steps, sometimes you feel a little clunk and it feels better. So, yep, just a few things you can do. Just remember, take it easy on yourself, but keep moving as much as possible within the relatively pain-free range. Hope that helps.